Welcome back to another week.
And another episode.
Woohoo! How's your week been? Let us know. Ours has been good. Mine's been super busy. How's your week been?
Crazy. It's a crazy week, but it's fun. We move.
Yeah. We almost
And at least there's fun things happening as well. It's not just
a lot of exciting things. Yeah,
no, definitely. Let's jump straight into today's episode, which is the power of the Delulu mindset.
Yeah, why it's okay to be delusional and why it might help you.
I think being slightly delusional in general can create momentum and self-trust and confidence. And so we shouldn't just see it as a negative thing. I think being delusional can push you into really cool spaces and push you beyond your comfort zone and teach you so many new things.
Not to be confused with being naive to the world or being like completely naive.
Like going in as the best version of yourself.
Being delusional isn't denying reality, but it's rather believing in something without the proper evidence yet. It's like before, it being proved otherwise. Just solely believing something and chasing something without
the thought of failure.
Yes.
At the end of the day, every expert, every person that's ever been successful had to have some sort of delusional mindset at some point in their life or in their career. And because you are basically chasing something that you haven't achieved yet with the idea that there's no way you're not going to get it, which I think is really, really cool. It's very scary and it's sometimes very unrealistic, but having that level of confidence in yourself and in the journey and direction of your life, I think is something to be proud of.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people at least that kind of just cruise through life and just takes it step by step and whatever comes at me, I'll deal with it then. And I'm not going to try and go the extra mile. I'm not going to try and do more. If someone asks me to do something, I'll do that thing. And cool. I think you can live your life that way. But I do think there is a lack of passion and there's a lack of purpose and there is a lack of fulfillment to an extent. But I do think it depends on the person. I mean, an entrepreneur and someone who's always known exactly what they want to be and they chase that and that's what they are for the rest of their lives. Nothing against that. I think it's amazing. I'm just not that. There's a big difference between being an entrepreneur and being someone who just went into societal standards and societal norms and just went into corporate or whatever maybe.
But even in that, it's as simple as there's a new manager at a place or you're working under a new boss and you think this guy is absolutely crazy. The dreams he has for the company, the dreams he has for a project is what the heck? I would describe that as a delusional mindset as well. Dreaming beyond
what
box.
Looks realistic.
Exactly. Yeah. And people might be like, what the heck is going on? But I mean, that's beautiful that they are able to take their mind to such a place that people see it as unreachable. They see the potential and the fulfillment in it. Yeah,
exactly. And it's just, we were actually speaking about this, as we were planning the episode. Being delusional, in my opinion at least, is taking on the day or taking on the week or taking on the task or whatever it may be as my future self, as that person who I think is going to be amazing and strong and powerful and have a shit ton of knowledge on a bunch of different things. And obviously, it's almost like our alter ego to an extent, is stepping up and stepping into a space as that person. And that, for me, is being delusional because that future self that I have in my head will be able to achieve that goal. As I sit here now, I might not be able to achieve that, but I know she'll be able to achieve that. So I'm just going to mimic her, you know what I mean? Or
take a page out,
imitate her, exactly. And that means I'm going to show up with more confidence. I'm going to show up with more self-trust and even just more fake success behind my name of the idea that I have of her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just walk in that confidence.
Yeah.
So that's what I see as a delusional mindset, or that's at least my personal idea of it. Yeah. And I think we all have our own. I think being delusional has a very negative connotation, but it can be used so positively.
Yeah. It's important to remember that when you are thinking in a very realistic, set in a box mindset, you can't dream of new things or create new things. Where when you're thinking or move to a Delulu mindset, you kind of free up your mind to dream and to see things in a different perspective or a different way, because anything's possible. There's no limitations to it, which I think that's such a superpower.
Yeah. And I think the more you think about being delusional or the delusional mindsets, the more it's almost just confidence without the credentials. Just like you said earlier, that it's trust without evidence. It is confidence without the credentials yet. And there's definitely a very thin line between being realistic, being delusional, and just being unrealistic and very dramatic. And so we have to find a balance between what is realistic, what is unrealistic, and kind of create that beautiful space of, I don't think delusionality is a word, but yes, that.
Yeah.
Where you are still able to dream, where you are still able to chase crazy things that your normal person would think is very unrealistic and crazy.
Then I always likes to go into psychology, but I'll lay it out for you this time. Then I was telling the other day that you are constantly telling your brain different types of stories.
Yes.
Okay, so everything you're thinking and believing, obviously, like some of your thoughts are influenced by reality, people outside, whatever. But you are telling yourself a story the whole time. And if you switch up that story to something delusional, whether it is with confidence. So you're walking into a room which you don't feel confident in, and you just tell yourself, I absolutely own this room. Like, I am going to walk in here and be a boss. You will start to believe it. Yes. And then also talks a lot about trusting yourself and trusting what you tell yourself. And if you can trust yourself, you speak delusionally in air quotation to yourself, you'll start to believe it and then be able to move into spaces more confidently or situations.
And it's a very interesting example of this, and I think people are probably going to think I'm pathetic for this, but that's fine. There's a song, right? Don't ask me what the name of the song is, I cannot remember. But basically, it says in the song that today is the best day of my life, and like I am going to create the best day of my life today, type vibe, situation, whatever, right? I have had the worst days ever, and when that song comes on, I'm like, yes, today will be the best day ever, and I will create the best day ever right now. And it could be 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I completely tell my brain that today was the best day ever, or like this afternoon is going to be the best afternoon ever, and it just completely changes my mood. And that's the beauty of it. We tell ourselves stories, we believe those stories. It's like we all know those people who tell too many lies that after a while they don't know which lies are lies and which ones are the truth, and then they start believing their own lies, right? It's the same thing with like positive things. It's the same things with affirmations. It's the same things with the Delulu mindset. Is the more you tell yourself something, the more your brain is going to believe it, because your brain doesn't know the difference between what is true and what is not. You are creating these stories in your brain and basically believing them. But that's exactly what it is. It's if you tell yourself you can achieve something enough times, you will believe it, and you will stay delusional in a good way.
I agree. No.
Not in a negative way, not in an unrealistic way. But if you tell yourself you can achieve something, nothing in your body will tell you otherwise. Like, it will be like, yes, there 100%, there's no doubt about it. I will achieve that thing. The beauty of it is that level of confidence in yourself will shift how people respond to you or treat you and uplift you or break you down or whatever it may be. Think about people that you look up to, right? 90% of the time they are super confident, and we look up to them for their level of confidence as well without realizing it. And if you walk with that level of confidence, if you walk as if you already have that thing that you so badly want, you walk with a different level of confidence, you walk with a different level, a different perspective, right? And so there's no way for people to treat you as less if you walk with that level of confidence. At the end of the day, we are more drawn to confident people. I think anyone and everyone is more drawn to confident people, even if it's just someone who inspires you or someone who motivates you, and they're probably going to intimidate you as well.
Absolutely. I think we should go back to the point that you mentioned earlier of like there's a very fine line between positive, healthy delusion, which we are advocating for, and toxic delusion. We'll start with toxic. The toxic delusion is kind of head in the wind, not accepting any reality, any facts, any nothing, just going into a direction without any, outside opinions, any knowledge, nothing, and not taking anything into account. Okay, where healthy delusion is believing more than what the world has told you to believe. Maybe it's faith in action. So you have faith that the vision you have, the goal you have set, your abilities, your confidence, your faith that it is what you think it can be, right? But then you take action towards it and you work in it and you put time and energy and you actively go after that goal. Where I think in toxic, the action is missing. The action doing, and
you're kind of just sitting and you're like, I can achieve all those things, but you're not doing anything about it.
I have definitely known people like that in my life who have like this absolute vision for their life, but no action or no supporting,
Yeah.
I want to say the supporting documents to it. Like there's just nothing. They just have these big, bold, dreams, which in context could be amazing, but if you're not doing anything about it, like that's very toxic for you.
No, you're just going to be stuck in the same headspace, and then you're also going to get frustrated because you're not achieving anything, but you're not even trying. That's the issue. Yeah.
Danelle and I were talking about some of the our Delulu stories, our success stories, and I think although we have a few that we can share, like one of my biggest moments was buying the company I have at the moment, NVW, because Danelle and I have been following this company for quite some time before it was even mine. We made amazing pieces. We loved their clothes, everything. And one day the previous owner just put up on a story she's selling it, and I kind of messaged Danelle and was like, haha, should we buy it?
Yeah, we made a bunch of jokes about buying.
We just kept on going,
we were like, oh, let's just buy it. Oh, come on, let's just do it. And it was so far fetched. Why on earth? Laurie was teaching at the time. I was working in corporate at the time.
Why would we?
And we were kind of just laughing about this thing of, haha, let's be crazy and buy a business.
But to be honest, I remember that time so well because it was just before June, July holidays, and so our school holidays over that time was a little bit longer, and we went to Mozambique. And I just remember it was the weeks leading up to that holiday where we kind of were joking about it. And as I'm joking about it, it just kind of settles in maybe,
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that could work. And what if we did this? What if? And then as we went on holiday, I had some time to just switch off and really thought about it. And messaged Janelle, I'm like, yeah, I bought it.
So bizarre. I was like, excuse me, what?
I ended up asking for the contract, and it felt so right. And I mean, I'm super happy. But looking back, I'm like, poor little Laurie didn't know what she was getting herself into. But if I knew, I probably wouldn't have done it. And that's actually the beauty of it. If I had gone in with all the facts, with everything I knew, to be reality, with my little box around me, I would have never, ever, ever taken the opportunity.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would be way too scared. I'm still scared a little bit.
I love that so much. And that clicks into the next point really well, which is sometimes we need to believe in a version of ourselves that doesn't exist yet. And that's what I'm trying to get at with the whole walk as your future self. Believe in your alter ego as if it is the real you. Believe in your dream self or best version of yourself as it is the everyday you, And if you almost show up as that person, which gives you so much more momentum than what you had previously, because that alter ego version of you has achieved so much and has done so much and has all these accomplished so many things, it just starts the momentum going, because the more you believe in yourself, the more other people believe in you, and it just becomes this roller coaster of growth at the end of the day, and success, I would say.
Yeah.
And it's not always sunshine and rainbows, don't get me wrong.
And success can look a lot different than you imagined at first.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing. I don't want this to come across as an unrealistic version of ourselves, but I think basically how to incorporate this into your everyday life is literally just waking up and saying, you know what, that thing that I want to achieve and that I was going to achieve by the end of the year, let me actually double that. Let me actually make that bigger. Or I want to make a certain amount of money by the age of 30. Let me actually increase that by an extra 50%. Or it could be fitness wise, it could be relationship wise, it could be anything, even just your hobbies. Pushing yourself to your limit, but basically pushing the goal out and believing with everything inside of you that there is no way that will fail.
No, I agree. To sum it all up, put it in a nutshell, to have a Delulu mindset is speaking it as if it's already happened.
Yeah. As
if it is happening. No matter what people say or think, if you believe it with sufficient evidence, with sufficient boundaries, that it can take you quite far, I think.
No, definitely. It's like people always say, dress as if you already have that job. It's basically show up as if you've already achieved that thing. Show up as if you already got that promotion. Show up as if you already built that business or won the race or whatever it may be, and just push yourself. But I'm going to stop being dramatic now. Thank you guys so much for joining. I want to push you guys to just add a little bit of Delulu in your daily life. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of motivation, just a little bit of excitement. And push yourself to believe it.
I agree with you. Have the best day.
Have the best day. Have the best week. We will see you next week. And yeah, love you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in.
If you loved today's episode, be sure to follow the podcast so you never miss one.
We drop a brand new episode every Tuesday, so share it with a friend and keep the conversation going.
Until then, keep showing up,
Keep growing.
and we'll catch you next week.
Okay, love you, bye.